The galaxy had been at war for centuries. Countless star systems, planets, and species had been caught in the endless struggle for power between two massive galactic alliances. The Dominion, a vast empire of ruthless species that enslaved worlds, and the Coalition, a loose union of planets fighting to defend their freedom. The battle lines were clear, and both sides were exhausted. The war had reached a stalemate. The Coalition was desperate. Despite their unity, they were on the verge of collapse. They had heard rumors about the humans, those strange creatures from a distant, dangerous planet called Earth. But humanity had remained neutral. For decades, the Coalition had tried to recruit them, but the humans always declined, insisting they had no desire to involve themselves in a war that was not theirs. That was until the Dominion crossed a line. They attacked a human colony on the edge of their territory, underestimating humanity's willingness to remain neutral in the face of an unprovoked assault. The attack was brutal, and many innocent lives were lost. The next day, the humans declared war. The Coalition leadership, jaded and cynical from years of fighting, were skeptical. How could a single species that had never fought in a galactic war tip the balance? But desperation drove them to ally with the humans, despite their doubts. The arrival. As the human fleet arrived at the Coalition's war front, it was smaller than expected. Just a handful of ships, sleek and black, slid through space like predatory shadows. The Coalition generals were puzzled. Had humanity misunderstood the scale of the conflict? Where were their massive fleets, their armies? The Coalition commanders prepared to brief the humans on strategy, hoping to integrate them into their already crumbling defenses. But the human fleet commander, General Kara Lynn, simply shook her head. "We won't be needing any of that," she said, her voice steady. "We'll take care of it." The Coalition watched in disbelief as the human ships surged forward, heading straight for the heart of the Dominion fleet. They braced themselves for the humans' inevitable destruction, but something incredible happened instead. The unseen power. The human ships moved with speed and precision beyond anything the Coalition had ever witnessed. Their weaponry, at first glance unimpressive, unleashed bursts of energy that pierced through Dominion shields like paper. Every shot was lethal, every maneuver calculated. The Dominion, with its vast armadas, was caught off guard. For years, the Coalition had fought on the Dominion's terms, clashing in large-scale battles, exchanging heavy losses, and retreating to regroup. But the humans fought differently. They didn't engage in prolonged firefights. They didn't draw out the battle. They hit hard, fast, and without mercy. In one swift move, the human fleet breached the Dominion's command ship, boarding it with frightening efficiency. Dominion generals who had never known defeat suddenly found themselves face-to-face with human soldiers who moved with a terrifying resolve. The end of the war. 5 hours after the humans had entered the war, it was over. The Dominion leadership was captured. Their fleets were in disarray. Planets that had been under their control for centuries suddenly found themselves free. The Coalition generals watched in stunned silence as human forces restored order with military precision, their work swift and methodical. In the aftermath of the battle, the Coalition convened with the humans to discuss the future. The Dominion had been crushed, and peace was finally within reach. The Coalition leaders, still reeling from the rapid end to the war, asked the question that had been on everyone's minds since the human arrival. "How?" One of the Coalition commanders asked. "How did you do it? How did you win in just 5 hours?" General Lynn smiled faintly. "War," she said, "is something we've been very good at for a long time. On Earth, we learned long ago that prolonged conflicts are costly. We don't fight to extend the battle. We fight to end it." The Coalition could only nod in awe. For all their advanced technology and experience, they had been stuck in an outdated way of thinking. Humanity had shown them something new. how to fight and win decisively. From that day forward, the galaxy would remember the moment when humans joined the war. And they would remember that once they had, it was over in just 5 hours.